Okay, now in this next middle example, right here, 5 root 2, 2 root 5, and root 30, alright, the tricky part when everything is in radical form is deciding what side is the biggest, because it's kind of hard to figure out, is root 30 bigger or smaller than 2 times root 5? I don't know. And there's ways to figure it out. You can use a calculator, but the easiest way to do it without a calculator is to square them all first. So when I'm given 3 sides of a triangle, like this, and they're in radical form, I'm going to square them all. And then after I square them all, the biggest side should still be the biggest side. So I'll show you what I mean. So 5 root 2 squared would be 25 times 2, so that's 50, okay? And then 2 root 5 squared would be 4 times 5, so that's 20. And then root 30 squared is just 30, all right? So it happens to be that the biggest side is 5 root 2, which makes 50 c squared. So by default, 20 and 30 have to be a squared and b squared. Now it just so happens that 20 and 30 add up to be 50, so a squared plus b squared equals c squared, so that means it's a right triangle. Alright, now if you accidentally thought that, because it came last, that root 30 was the biggest side, then you'd get the wrong answer, because you'd say, well, 50 plus 20 is bigger than 30, so that must mean it's acute. But that's wrong. You always got to compare the two smaller sides to the biggest side, and the smaller sides are going to be smaller than the bigger side after you square them. So if you square them all, that's one way to compare it. Now that's really only true if all the sides are bigger than 1, but I'm only going to give you triangles with side lengths bigger than 1.